Buenos dias. We're spending our weekend in Sos del Rey Catolico. It's in the Aragon region of Spain, which is northeast of Madrid, almost to the French border. It's a very historic town. It's really well known for its architecture, the old Jewish quarter, and the Gothic and Renaissance windows everywhere. We're staying at the Parador here. We've never stayed at a Parador before. Wonderful experience. Hola. Demasiado tiempo. If you've never been to Spain, you should try to stay in a Parador. They're a little more expensive than hotels for the most part, but they are an experience that you can't replace. There's another enormous hotel right here in the center. Here's the perfect spot for a cup of coffee. We had our dinner here last night. Definitely worth stopping at Neo 25. El restaurante es muy bueno. Highly recommend this restaurant. It's interesting because the owner lived in Iowa for 10 years and moved back here about 2 years ago, just before COVID hit. So they don't really know what it's like to have a business here without having to deal with COVID. You can see how they had to cut through some rock to create some of these narrow streets. Cuidado means be careful. I hear water. La Casa del Muro, right? Here's a very old home, 1851. And they have a double door. Oh, I love the window. So most of these buildings, I think, were built in the early 19th century on this calle, Muro. It's a gorgeous door. There's a hotel. Vamos. A lot of hotels. We're getting a tour of the church. There's figures. There are animals. There's a row of animals at the top. Fish, rabbit, hawks, lions. This is Renaissance period, and these carvings are still very much intact. The organ is from the Baroque period. It was originally up in the balcony, but they moved it down when they had to restore it. So the name of the church is Saint Esteban, and that is Saint Stephen. This is what's left of the original castle, this tower. The original tower was made of wood, but in the 14th or 15th century they replaced it with stone. It was one of 7 original entrances to the town, which was surrounded by a wall, and this tower was originally several floors. It was all wood, and that's why it didn't remain intact. But the windows are very interesting because they're very narrow on the outside and much wider on the inside. And that allowed for arrows to be shot out the windows without the attackers having access to the inside. So on the exterior of this tower, you can see the narrow slits for the windows. But right up there is a balcony without a floor. And that's so they could drop rocks and whatever else they had up there on top of the people that were trying to get into the doorway. There was a French soldier who was guarding this doorway in 1812, and he decided to leave his mark. I'm not sure what everything says, but something about shit on the invading soldiers. So he was tired of just standing here all day, and he wrote that inscription on the stone. Here's the Ayuntamiento. So this archway was reconstructed at some point. And they know this because this particular block right here was put in upside down. This is a very important block. This records in 1554 there was a full solar eclipse. And this is one of the only places that's ever been indicated of a full solar eclipse. So clearly they put this block in upside down once they reconstructed this arch. This is a famous director, Luis García Berlanga, Director de Cine. The foundry that created this sculpture is located very close to where we live, in Torrejon de Ardoz. Looks like a lot of people sat on his lap. Cinema in Spain's been alive and well for quite a few years. Even during the Franco years, they were producing a lot of films. Let's go here. A lot of stairs. Now we're at the highest point in the town. Ooh, look at the stairway. If you look very carefully, right over there are the Pyrenees. The ones with snow, that's the Pyrenees. We're very close to France, relatively speaking. There are many signs that say, "Be careful." Now I see why. Better call the plumber. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Hasta luego.